The Duffer Brothers have made themselves look like absolute clowns. People were speculating about the ending of this show and how amazing it was going to be, and then it turned out to be a disaster. There are so many people who were so disappointed, and they've gone into multiple interviews over the past couple of days and really proved that they are not talented, that they are not special, and that they probably will never get a show the size and scope of Stranger Things ever again. But now the Duffer Brothers are complaining about fan responses. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, if these guys actually created a better ending for the show, they would probably have job after job after job lined up for the next several years, but they would not be facing the problem they are today, which is so many people are roasting them online because of the poor decisions that they made in the finale. And now they're coming out and basically saying that it's your fault for asking them questions and it's your fault that they answered them. It's just a wild scenario we are seeing unfold. You would think that they would be grateful for people watching their show over the years, having so much trust and faith in them, but that isn't the case. They have gone into tons of post-finale interviews and tried to clarify plot details and basically say that, oh, there's some things you're not meant to see in the show itself that you're meant to wonder about and guess, but I think that that's just an excuse for their terrible storytelling, because if you're actually good at your job, you would put it in the show and people would understand it clearly. Like the Jonathan Nancy breakup engagement scene. There were so many people that were confused. They had to take to social media to actually see if they understood it properly. But now Matt Duffer is saying that he regrets doing these post-finale interviews, asking fans to cut him some slack, saying, I am not in a good place. Like, why the hell did we do any of them yesterday is beyond me. I'm like fried. I'm getting over the flu, so anyone mad at any answers we gave you yesterday, just cut me some slack. And I thought to myself, there's no way that they actually said this, and he did.
There was so much. My head is in a, like, I really shouldn't have done any of these post-mortem interviews because I'm not in a good place. Like, why the hell we did any of them yesterday is beyond me. I'm like fried. I was like, yeah, I'm getting over the flu, so anyone mad at any answers we gave yesterday, just give me a break. Cut me some slack.
No, never. That's not how the internet works. You know that.
No.
Maybe if you created a better show, people wouldn't have to take to social media and voice how unhappy they are with the ending that you came up with. He's sitting here and using the excuse that he has the flu and they shouldn't have done these interviews. First of all, it was your decision to do them. It was your decision to end the show in this way. And ultimately, you are facing the consequences of your actions. People are disappointed with you. People are upset with you. And this is the best thing you could say. Oh, cut me some slack, bro. I'm fried. Oh my God. You sound like a whiny baby. These guys got paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to do Stranger Things over 9 whole years. Nobody's gonna feel bad for you because you have the flu, man. Now, if you don't know all of the plot holes, I would be sitting here for hours talking about them. But they have addressed where the Demogorgons and Demodogs and bats were during Vecna's final battle, basically saying that the reason they didn't show up is because it's just that Vecna was not expecting the sneak attack on his home turf. Never in a million years could he have imagined that. What happened to Susie? In my mind, she will always be there for him. What happened to the military after the finale? In that 18-month gap, I suppose there's not much else to do. You can't explore this other dimension. There's no 11 to chase anymore because she's gone. So my guess is they just sort of slowly dismantled operations and left town. Why weren't any of the main characters arrested? Well, that's because apparently Hopper returns to law enforcement, which I don't understand because the town thought that Hopper was dead, but okay, whatever, man. What happened to the pregnant women? Well, they all died off screen. Why didn't Joyce and Hopper recognize Vecna as Henry Creel? Apparently, that also happened off screen as well. It is just problem after problem after problem. And really, the big takeaway that I got from this entire season, and really the last season, is that this show was severely damaged when Vecna came into the picture because he's just not a good villain. In this season, Vecna says, "You're going to be my spy one last time." Do you know what Vecna uses him for? Is to find Max. Do you know where Max had been for months and months in a vegetative state? In a coma? That's right, guys. She was in the one hospital in Hawkins. So during that entire time frame, Vecna didn't figure out that Max in a coma would have been in the one hospital in the town, and that was it. Not to spy on the group and actually see that, oh, this is their big plan, even though Vecna could have done that. No. It was finding Max. I'm sorry. I cannot deal with the inconsistencies and really just the terrible writing that happened in the season. And yeah, it did have some good moments, just like season 4 had some good moments. But wow, are they completely ticked off with the fact that people are calling them out, and this is the excuse they give? Bro, I'm fried. Oh my god. Cry me a river and float upstream. And they're getting destroyed for this on social media, and rightfully so. No. Read, accept the message. They had years to write us something good and got paid millions for it. No, you can't have any slack for telling us to come up with our own ending for multiple characters. I wake up, the Duffer Brothers said, and then repeat. The 3 things I hate to the core. Duffer Brothers explained. Duffer Brothers confirmed. Duffer Brothers revealed. Yeah, it's been constant over the past few days. It's got to be a lot to finish 10 years of writing and then do interviews where every single plot hole, no matter how small, is analyzed. People need to enjoy the show. Maybe they should have created something better. Duffer Brothers should regret writing this ending. Bro only regrets it because he realizes he knows nothing about the show. This guy, man. They tried and got roasted. Here's another post on it. You are a grown man who wrote the show. How do you not have any explanations behind your writing? Not even the other director knows what you're writing about. Sean Levy not knowing the difference between Dimension X and the Abyss, so he had to ask the Duffers. That's why volume 1 and 2 and 3 are totally different. It's because the directors are all confused as to what the fuck is actually going on. At this point, I'm low-key convinced they're playing a prank on us, and I know a lot of people have gone with this conformity idea, and that there's going to be another secret episode in a couple of days in this week span supposed to make us feel insane. I think that that would have been phenomenal, but we know that that's not going to happen because they wouldn't be doing this level of interviews if it actually was true. And it's very clear at this point that they don't know what they're writing. These people are not talented enough to come up with an idea like that. They put in some weird things, like at graduation, everybody's sitting with the Vecna pose to throw you off, but they have no plans for another season or another episode. That's clear as day. So yeah, they are facing even more backlash, and I think at this point they should just shut up because they're only making it worse for themselves. But I hate when people who are getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars say to come up with your own ending and to cut them some slack because they cannot deal with the fact that people are pointing out how terrible they really are at their jobs. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.